Myself, Dr. S. Kothandaraman, Associating Scientist cum Assistant Professor at Animal Husbandry, Center of Natural Farming and Sustainable Agriculture, Faculty of Agriculture, Annamalai University. With my 22 years of service, I am going to share my expertise in discussing the importance and integration of livestock in natural farming. The animal wealth is one of the important resource of our nation, a fantabulous resource indeed, starting from the white cattle, the black cattle, which is used for milch purposes and for draft purposes, that is work, and the small ruminants such as the goat and the sheep, including the piggery unit, the poultry unit, which is consisting of the desi birds, the country birds, the broilers, the layers, the rabbitry, and the local available animals of our nation. The contributions from animal husbandry is again a significant thing to recognize. It starts from the production of milk, eggs, the meat, the animal power, and the manure that it gives. First, let me explain our strengths in animal husbandry. This we call it as SWOT analysis, in that our strengths lies in the milk production. We stand numero uno in world milk production. I recognize thankfully the efforts, the contributions made by Dr. Varghese Kurian. He is the father of white revolution, and because of his efforts, we stand in numero uno position in the global scenario. And again, in cattle population, both white cattle, that is the cows, and the black cattle, the buffaloes, we stand in again numero uno, first rank in the world cattle population. And in the goat population, we are in the second position in the world scenario. Dairying is the most common income generation activity of our nation, of our people in the nation. Livestock production is being carried out by landless travelers, the small and the marginal farmers. Livestock production includes dairying, sheep and goat rearing, piggery, and the poultry and rabbitry, etc., and the local other animals. Then in the SWOT analysis, we have to look about the strengths, our threats, and the weaknesses and the opportunities. So here, what are the threats of Indian agriculture and animal husbandry sector? We have challenges before us, and I'm going to tell you the challenges, the current status, and the rate of change every year it is having. So the world population is 7.2 billion, and in this 7.2 billion, the rate of change is increasing by 1.3% every year. And Indian population, our current status is 1.2 billion, and the rate of change is increasing by 1.95% every year. And the food insecure population is 194 million, and it is again increasing by 1%. And the soil degradation, it is 120.40 million hectares, and it is increasing by 5 to 10 million hectares every year. And the desertification, which is 105.19 million hectares, and it is increasing at a rate of 6 million hectares. So these are the threats the Indian agriculture is facing along with animal husbandry. So the projected impacts of the threats, because of these threats, what are the impacts that we have? So first is the world population is projected to increase 9.9 billions by 2050. That is 25% more than 2020. And the second is the food insecurity. The food insecurity is that people who are not going to get the food. In case of animal proteins or animal food, 370 million people are estimated to be undernourished. This is the food insecurity by 2050. And the third point is regarding our soil. The soil organic carbon is decreased from 1 to 4% to 0.3%. This is alarming. The soil should contain a soil organic carbon of almost a healthy soil will have 5% is now decreasing to 0.3%, and we have to definitely address the elephant in the room. So I have to tell you about the One Health concept brought about by the WHO, the World Health Organization, and FAO. So here it encompasses the three important aspects: the plantations, the vegetation, crops, or the natural pasture of our land. By protecting the natural vegetation or the planet, we can protect the animal health, and by protecting the animal health, we can also protect the human health. So all these three are in one harmony. All the three are in one harmony. By protecting one, we can protect all. So this is the One Health concept or One Health measure brought about by WHO and followed by our Indian nation. So for all these things, what is the solution? What is the solution we are having? The solution is natural farming. The natural farming is a chemical free alias traditional farming method. This is not new. This is what we did all the dated year back. So this is a chemical free farming is called as natural free farming. It is considered as agroecological based diversified farming system which integrates crops, trees and livestock with functional biodiversity. What is the basics of natural farming? Let me explain you. The natural farming is working with the nature to produce healthy food and to keep ourselves healthy and to keep the land healthy. The most critical aspect of natural farming is allowing nature to play a dominant role in crop husbandry. Hence, no-till, that is tillage, is not allowed in natural farming, and the farm biodiversity should take place. Integration and symbiotic farm components, protection of soil cover, the humus, are followed in crop husbandry. Why is livestock considered as an integral part of natural farming? See, the native cows or the indigenous breeds are the main component of natural farming. The natural farming is based on animal waste and plant based. These form the two pillars of natural farming, such as the Bijamrit and the Jivamrit can be prepared only from native cows. They are the kind of an animal, or they are the inoculants which are used in the farm. Natural farming is a very ancient type of farming, and indigenous cows were revered as mother goddesses in Indian civilization. See, almost 1 gram of indigenous cow dung contains about 300 to 500 crores of beneficial microbes, and these are used in Jivamrit as culture. As I told you first, the SOC, the soil organic carbon is decreasing. See, the soil organic carbon, I told you, I in the previous slide told that it has to be increased. This can be increased only by the inclusion of the animal component. See, I have to tell you, the tractor is one of the finest invention, but it comes with a tag with a greatest drawback, that the tractor doesn't give you the dung. The dung which comes out from the ox that you use to have it in the field or in the farm is a natural fertilizer. It's a natural component which increases the fertility of the soil. A healthy soil, a spoon of a healthy soil should have 100 million to 1 billion of microbes in it. So these are naturally declined to 0.3%. This can be increased only by having the cattle in the field. These cattle, they give the dung, and this dung also have a lot of 300 to 500 crores of beneficial microbes in just 1 gram of indigenous cow's dung. So they are correlated. So we have to understand that the land and livestock are complementary to each other. It is a kind of an unexpressed love between the land and the livestock. So this is a kind of a unexpressed love. We have to understand it's such an insightful thought to have the animals, the livestock, the cows, the indigenous cows in the farm, which is the crux of natural farming. The dung obtained from this cattle stimulates the earthworm situated 15 feet depth the soil. So this the earthworms, they try to move up, come to reach the surface of the soil when the dung reaches the soil. So let me rush you through the indigenous breeds. The first one is the Gir. The Gir is Indian breed. It's tracked, the native breed of Gir is Gujarat. So it has a very pendulous ears and a well developed hump and umbilical cord, and very particularly this Gir has ears, drooping ears, which is perpendicular to the ground. All the other animals will have a ear parallel to the ground. So this is one very important salient feature of this Gir. And the next one is Sahiwal. The Sahiwal is one of a very finest milch breed of India, and it comes from the Sindh district, the Sindh, the undivided the Pakistan area, and it is seen in Rajasthan as well as the Punjab. So the Sindh is also one of the finest breed. How you could differentiate Gir from the Sindh is through the ears. The ears will be parallel to the ground. And the Sahiv, this is about Sahiwal. And the Sindhi, the next is the Red Sindhi. The tract of Red Sindhi is the Sindh. The undivided, when the Pakistan is undivided of India. And the Red Sindhi is red in color. It's a very good, well developed udder, and its milk is also very tasty, and it's a very good producer of milk. The next breed is Dioni. The Dioni is basically it's a dual purpose breed. It produces very good milk, and the males can be used for draft purposes. The Dioni is from the borders of the Rajasthan. And Tharparkar. Tharparkar is a breed of Indo-Pakistan border, and mainly from Rajasthan. Tharparkar is also a dual purpose breed. The female produces very good milk yield, and the male is also used for draft purposes. Next is the Bargur. Bargur is down south. Bargur is a district in is a area place in Tamil Nadu, and it's a very small breed. Compactly you can rear this breed for natural farming or for milk production. And another dwarf breed is from Punganur. This is from Andhra Pradesh, from Chittoor districts of Andhra Pradesh. It's a very compact breed, small breed. The another very important pride of Tamil Nadu, we can say, it's Kangayam. The Kangayam is a breed you can see. It is a very sportive breed. It's a very dynamic breed which is used in sports as well as it produces, of course, it's a very perfectly a draft breed. The draft breed can be used in the lands, as well as the dung is very important for natural farming. And another breed is from Amrit Mahal. It's muscular. It looks similar to the Kangayam in appearance, but it will be muscular. Kangayam is very sportive and it's less muscular. Amrit Mahal is muscular, and it is a breed of Karnataka. It's a breed of Karnataka. Very well built, robust, dynamic breed is Amrit Mahal. Let me now discuss about the role of livestock in integrated farming. The agriculture and livestock are interdependent. First we have to understand it, because the role of livestock is mainly it helps in nutrient recycling. The nutrient that is available to the field is entering into the crops, and the crops is fed to the animals, and it is digested. Metabolism, catabolism, all the scientific processes of digestive system, and then it is excreted as dung, and the dung is flowing to the ground or the land, and thus it is recycled. And also it helps in manure management. Manure is the finest thing that a crop could ever get, and it is devoid of the chemicals, and it helps in the pest management, and it maintains the soil health. As I told you, the soil loves the dung and the dung loves the soil. There is a unexpressed love between these two, and this helps the soil for resilience. That's resilience of climate change. The soil in natural farming, as I told you, there is no tillage. The tillage, as I told you, it causes deterioration of the soil, or it can say in simple words, it causes fracture of the soil. Soil is most underrated, non-renewable resource of this mankind, and most underrated. If you think about the resources, water, we all know that it is the most finest resource, and it is highly rated. But soil is no less than to water, but it is underrated. We never understand the value of soil. The soil is, if water is like God, soil is like mother. Mother and God are almost equivalent. What say? So soil is the mother of our, is equivalent to the mother, and we have to respect the soil's integrity and the health, and this can be enriched. Fertility can be enriched only through having the native breeds cows in the soil. The dung has to enter into the soil. See, one good leads to another good. Agriculturally, I can put it as an adage, like what you sow shall you reap, you shall reap. So that way, a good thing will lead to only another good thing. So if you keep the indigenous breeds in the land, it excretes the manure or the dung into the soil, and the soil's SOC, as I told you, is increased. The soil's SOC is increased, so the carbon increases to 1 to 5%. So the soil is sequestrated. This is called soil sequestration. The carbon soil sequestration means the soil stores the carbon, and this is one good thing. So the SOC is increased, so the fertility of the soil is increased. This good thing leads to another good thing. What is that? See, the carbon which escapes into the atmosphere is oxidized and forms into carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide in the atmosphere leads to global warming. See, the global warming is brought about by the greenhouse gases. There are many gases like carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, the carbon fluorinated carbons, the ozone, the methane. But out of all these things, the highest greenhouse gas is carbon dioxide. 80% is similar to the percentage of the oxygen present in atmosphere, almost 78%. So 80% devastation is caused by the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So the carbon dioxide is not formed. So as a result, the global warming, we could contribute something to the global warming. So global warming is a universal global phenomena, and it is our onus to bring down the warming. By decreasing the carbon dioxide, we can do that, and carbon dioxide sequestration helps in decreasing the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So when it is present in the soil, this is going to increase the fertility of the soil. So a good thing is going to give you another good thing. So we are able to save our mother soil. And also, as I told you, the integrated livestock will help in pest management, natural way of keeping the pests away. And also this livestock, keeping livestock gives ownership. This ownership gives a social capital, and also it gives you the financial security. Like if you have any financial crisis, you can sell your animals and you can get that all-time money. So that it gives a financial security to the farmers. Now let me discuss about the benefits of integrating livestock with natural farming. So the first thing is the whole natural farming input sources are provided by the cows, and the additional income through milk and value added products is one of the finest resource that you are getting. Not only through milk, the milk can be used as a value added product. You can produce ghee, butter, paneer, cheese, whatnot. So these can give an additional income to the farmers. And the first slide itself, I talked about the nutritional security, the nutritional insecurity. I told you that nutritional insecurity can be curbed, and this gives a nutritional security to the nation. And also the employment generation this is creating is awesome. You know, the livestock creates employment employment solutions to the youth, as well as if you are having the small ruminants like goat and sheep, this gives empowerment to the women. So women can have easy control over the small ruminants like goat and sheep. This gives additional income to the women and helps in women empowerment. And as I told you, this gives recycling of nutrients. The nutrient recycling is one of the important things, finest thing, fantabulous things that you can do through the crops, which is done by the livestock. And weed control or pest management is again the benefit that you could reap from integrating the livestock with natural farming. And the crop and livestock, as I told you, are very complementary to each other. They love each other. Unexpressed love, we have to feel that. It's a kind of a very good thing that we have to understand and integrate it. And again, the desi bulls can be used as transport, wherein again you decrease the carbon emissions and prevent the global warming by using the desi bulls for transport. Next, let me discuss about the case studies. So the first case study is the brainchild of our Vice Chancellor, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of our Annamalai University, Dr. R.M. Kadiresan. He introduced Annamalai rice, fish, poultry farming system. This is a kind of a system where it integrates three components: rice, fish and poultry. So the rice field is constructed in an area, and it is surrounded by the two, if it is a kind of a plot, the two sides of the plot is a trench is made, a trench is made of 2 feet, where the fresh water is added to that trench. So in that trench, the fingerlings, freshwater fishes are grown. So the fingerlings of freshwater fishes like katla, rohu, mrigal, all these things are let into that trench in that small trap. And within that plot, some 40 to 50 poles are enacted. Poles are kept burrowed into that field. And over the poles, 4 poles of 4 feet height, the poles are kept. Over the poles, a cage is enacted. In the cage, some 4 to 5 chickens or the country birds are kept within the cage. So what is the water stagnant variety paddy straws are grown in the plot, in that area. So what is the advantage here? You can see it's a perfect kind of integration of natural farming, where the droppings of that poultry, they directly flow into the field, and it gets disintegrated in the water, and they serve as a manure to the crops. And the fishes which are kept in the trench, they swim across the field, and they also excrete their excreta into the field, and this also serves as a manure to the crops, and also they will remove the pests of the crops. So this forms the finest kind of farming, where it includes the fisheries as well as poultry. And you know, like this is kind of a ATM, all-time money. I told you, if there is any small financial crisis, they can sell the fishes and they can get money, and they can introduce the new fingerlings into the trenches. And as far as the birds are concerned, they can sell the birds, the broilers, or the desi birds, and they can get some money during some financial crisis. So this is one of the case study which I would like to say. This kind of integration helps the soil fertility. It has tripled the income by the way of the crops, the fisheries and the poultry, thanks to our brainchild of our Vice Chancellor Dr. R.M. Kadresan sir. The next case study which I am going to discuss is the case study of my own friend. So my own friend was employed. This took place some 5 to 6 years ago. He was a IT employee, my friend. He wanted to quit his job for his personal reasons and wanted to start a natural farming. So he was asking me for a support to procure some bulls. So he approached me that he wanted some 2 ox for his natural farming for production of dung. I gave him a suggestion, like he wanted to have the bulls only for dung. I told him, see, this is the message that I wanted to give you all. You are going to have a cattle or a ox or a whatever males in the farm. You wish it or you don't wish it, you will have the dung. If you want it or don't want it, definitely there will be dung. You like it or not like it, you will have dung. But milk is not like that. Only if you have cows and if you put your energy and the efforts, you will have the milk. So a cow should be reared for milk. What is black cattle or white cattle, they have to be reared for milk and not for the byproduct. It's a byproduct, it's a waste product, of course, a precious waste product, the dung. So I would recommend all to have cows in your farm than males. If you want it in the ratio, you can have it, the bull as well as the cow, but definitely you should have cow, and natural farming should be done along with cow farming, dairying, so that you produce the milk. If possible, you can make value addition, that's up to you. So this is the suggestion I gave him. So he immediately bought the cows along with bulls, and then he started to use the dung for his natural farming. And now he has shifted, it's a diversified farm with more of dairying. So his principal job is producing milk, and he uses his land for cultivating natural feed or the fodder crops for his animals. Now you can value or the price of the milk obtained from native breeds are doubled. See, if the cost of the milk is 50, then the cost of native cow's milk is almost 100, and the taste is also very good. So he made it into a very successful natural farming come dairying. So this is almost located near in Tamil Nadu. So this is another thing. So I would recommend everybody to have the desi cows and produce milk, and the dung will be there. The dung you can use it for the land so as to increase the SOC and also the fertility of the soil. You can produce as you like. You can produce the fodder crops or leguminous crops or cereal fodders or any type of crops. You can cultivate it and give some to the animals so that you produce natural milk, so or the organic milk. So you can produce it, and the amount or the price that you get through the crop husbandry and animal husbandry is doubled. This is the case study 2 that I am recommending, which I recommended to my friend, to double or triple the farmer's income. So in conclusion, sustainable agricultural practices have a vital role to play in the sustaining the growth and development of farming and the success and subsequent development of our nation. And natural farming with indigenous cow milk production is absolutely lucrative package. I can assure you that. And adaptation of these practices will facilitate the quality produce in a sustainable manner. And all farmers need to focus on the crux point for encouraging the use of sustainable agricultural practices with the native cow milk production, and if need be, you can also focus on value addition of the products such as natural products like ghee, cheese, paneer, and other animal products, and for reducing the externalities of the farming, and as well as to increase and protect our mother soil. Let's all protect our mother soil. That's the message I want to leave. Thank you. Thank you one and all, and thanks for the managed platform for giving me this platform, and also the GIZ for giving me this opportunity. Thank you one and all.